In today's video, we're walking through how to set up a dedicated IP address inside PureVPN, and more importantly, when you actually need one. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and this is the VPN Nerds, where we make privacy tools easy to understand and use. If you've ever seen the dedicated IP option inside your VPN dashboard and weren't totally sure whether it was worth it, this video is definitely going to clear that up for you. By the end, you'll know what it is, how to activate it, and when it makes sense for your setup. Since we're talking about PureVPN, let's start with the basics. So PureVPN is a virtual private network that helps you stay secure online by encrypting your internet traffic and hiding your IP address. It's been around for years, and it's known for its large server network, broad country coverage, and added features like split tunneling, port forwarding, and of course, a dedicated IP address. PureVPN supports almost every platform: Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, Chrome extensions, even smart TVs and routers. It's built for users who want both privacy and flexibility. But what really sets it apart is how easily it integrates features that are usually considered advanced, like dedicated IP, without making the setup complicated. Now, before we get into how to set it up, let's quickly go over what a dedicated IP actually means. So normally when you connect to a VPN, you share an IP address with thousands of other users. It changes every time you connect. This is great for privacy, but it can cause small annoyances, like getting flagged by websites that detect VPN traffic, or having to go through extra security checks when you log into your accounts. A dedicated IP is different. It gives you the same private IP address every time you connect, but it's yours alone. Nobody else on the network uses it. This means fewer captchas, easier logins, and smoother experience when accessing sensitive accounts like banking, email, or remote work dashboards. It's like having your own private lane on your internet highway. You're still protected by the VPN encryption, but without anyone actually sharing the same lane with you. Now, let's quickly talk about the key features of PureVPN. So PureVPN comes with several key features that really make it easy to manage both regular and dedicated IP connections. First, it offers over 6,000 servers across 70 plus countries, so you can always find a nearby or specialized location. Second, WireGuard protocol gives you faster and more stable speeds, which is really important since adding encryption can actually slow things down. Third, it includes multi-port and split tunneling options, letting you control which traffic goes through the VPN and which connects directly to the web. Fourth, it has strong DNS leak protection and AES 256 encryption, which is the same level used by banks and government systems. And finally, PureVPN offers dedicated IPs in multiple countries, so you can choose the region that best fits your needs, whether that's for business access, remote servers, or stable streaming. Now let's go ahead and talk through exactly how to get this set up. If you don't already have PureVPN, we do have an exclusive link down in the description below. So step number one is to either get signed up or log into your PureVPN account. So once you are all logged in, your account is created, you'll see your plan details, server options, in a section labeled add-on. If you don't already have a dedicated IP, this is where you would purchase it. Step number two is select dedicated IP from add-ons. Click on the dedicated IP option. You'll be asked to choose a location for your IP. For example, the US, the UK, Germany, or Canada. Pick the country that makes the most sense for how you'll use it. If you mainly need work logins or local accounts, choose the same region you live in. If you need it for region-specific access, pick that location instead. Step number three is to complete the purchase and activation. Once you select your region, follow the checkout process. After payment, PureVPN will assign your dedicated IP to your account. This usually happens within a few minutes, but sometimes it can take a few hours depending on your availability. You'll receive a confirmation email once your dedicated IP is ready to use. Step number four is to download or update the PureVPN app. Make sure you're using the latest version on your device. Dedicated IP support is built into the most recent update, so older versions might not show the option. Open the app and sign in with the same account that has your dedicated IP assigned. Step number five is to connect your dedicated IP. So inside the PureVPN app, go to the modes or locations section and then select dedicated IP. You'll see your assigned IP address and region listed there. Go ahead and click connect, and the app will create a secure tunnel using that IP. Once connected, you'll see your new IP address displayed in the interface, and this is now your personal static IP IP through the VPN. Step number 6 is to test your connection. So to make sure it's working, open a browser and visit any IP checker site. You should see the same IP address every time you reconnect the VPN. You're now fully set up with a dedicated IP on PureVPN. Okay, now let's talk about when you actually need a dedicated IP. So this is where people often overthink things. Not everyone really does need a dedicated IP. Here's how to know if you do. If you work remotely and your company only allows logins from a specific IP, then yes, you absolutely need a dedicated one. It keeps your VPN stable and compliant with your work security policy. If you host websites or servers, a dedicated IP is useful for consistent DNS pointing. Your traffic will always come from the same address, so services like cPanel or SSH won't reject your connection. If you use online banking or payment platforms, that often can trigger fraud alerts with shared VPN IPs. A dedicated IP can help you avoid these login blocks. And finally, if you just want a clean, consistent connection for streaming or gaming without random IP changes, a dedicated IP is just going to make your life easier. On the flip side, if your main goal is privacy, you probably don't need one. Shared IPs are better for blending in with the crowd since hundreds of people share the same address at once. Okay, now I just wanted to share some tips to get the best performance. Once you're set up, here are a few quick tips to get the best speed and stability. First, always use WireGuard protocol when connecting to your dedicated IP. It's faster than OpenVPN and handles latency better over long distances. Second, try to pick a server location that's geographically close to you. It reduces ping and improves overall performance. Third, if your connection drops or becomes unstable, toggle multi-port in settings. PureVPN automatically tests different ports to find the one that performs best with your ISP. Fourth, if you ever notice that some websites don't load while using your dedicated IP, clear your browser cache or try a private window. Some sites remember old IP data and need a refresh to recognize a new one. And finally, reconnect your dedicated IP once every few days just to keep it active. It helps refresh the encryption keys and ensures the tunnel stays stable. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons so you can figure out if getting a dedicated IP is what you actually need. The biggest advantage is consistency. You always log in from the same address, so your accounts don't get suspicious security flags. It's also great for businesses or freelancers who need a stable IP for client dashboards, hosting, or remote work portals. Another benefit is less friction when streaming or gaming. You avoid blacklisted shared IPs that some services block. And because it's still a VPN connection, your traffic stays encrypted and secure. You just get a static entry point instead of a rotating one. Now for the cons. So the main downside is less privacy. Because the IP is tied only to you, your traffic pattern can technically be identified as coming from the same address. It also is an extra added cost. Dedicated IPs are add-ons, not part of standard plans, so they'll slightly increase your monthly or yearly total. And finally, they are region locked, so once you pick your country, you can't use that IP for other regions. You'd have to buy another one for a different area. For most users, though, the trade-off is worth it if you really do value clean access over privacy. Now, I just wanted to touch on the different plans and pricing options. So if you want to follow along, we do have a link down in the description for you. Okay, so you can go ahead and click that link. So they're actually having a major Black Friday deal right now. So their two options are the standard plan is actually 90% off. So this is just $1.49 per month. You get the VPN and the ad and tracker blocker. Then we've got the standard plan, which is just 99 cents for 7 days, but it's originally $14.95 a month. With this, you get the VPN and the tracker and ad blocker. Okay, so they actually do have a really good Black Friday deal going on. You can either do a 7-day trial for just 99 cents, or you can go ahead and get signed up right now and pay $1.49 per month. They also have a 31-day money back guaranteed, so if you don't love it after that, you can go ahead and get your money back, no questions asked. So you can either get started with the 99 cents 7-day trial or the 90% off $1.49 per month. So is PureVPN for you, and is a dedicated IP even worth it? If you rely on stable logins, remote access, or need to look trustworthy online for work or clients, a dedicated IP is worth having. It's not essential for everyone though, but for businesses, professionals, and anyone tired of re-verifying accounts every time they sign in, it's one of those upgrades that just makes daily internet use much smoother. user. If you mostly use your VPN for privacy and content access, a standard IP is perfectly fine. You don't need to change anything. But if you've ever been blocked from your email, your cloud dashboard, or your online banking after connecting to a VPN, this is the solution that can really be helpful. VPNs can seem really complicated, but PureVPN makes it surprisingly easy to set up features like dedicated IPs that usually sound intimidating. Once you go through the steps, you'll never need to touch the settings again. It just works in the background. If you want to try out PureVPN and get access to their Black Friday going on right now, make sure you use our exclusive link down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. This channel is dedicated to helping you understand VPN tools, privacy settings, and online security in a simple, real-world way. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you aren't already, and of course, leave any comments or questions below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.